The land, the people, the connection. To the Anishinaabe of the Leech Lake Nation, our connection with the environment has been vital to our survival. As natural caretakers, we live in balance with our surroundings, and our way of life revolves around the annual gathering seasons that provide for the community. As stewards for the environment, it is critical that we respect, value, and have a vested interest in its protection.
So Leech Lake, as a government, our mission is to look out for our tribal citizens. This is our homeland, so we have to ensure that our future generations are going to have the same pristine waters and are able to eat the fish like we are today. So how do we ensure that our land is safe for people to live and for people to gather on in the future? Well, one of the ways that we think is important to look at now is stopping the source of pollution. And the way we can do that is reduce our fossil fuel loads. So part of our push over at the Division of Resource Management has been to work on solar projects, and so we can get energy from sources that aren't pollutants.
So we started back in about 2008 putting on solar furnaces, and to date we have about 19 solar furnaces on tribal member homes and 3 on government buildings. And that was kind of our springboard or moving towards becoming more sustainable as a whole, as a government. And just got people used to that idea of being greener, and change is slow, but it comes around. It went to solar, photovoltaics, as you see behind me, different projects with that. We did a 200 kilowatt system that's for low income energy assistance. It's the first in the nation. All the kilowatt hours from this unit go into the low income energy assistance program to assist another 100 homes. That project alone brings in about $22,000 per year that can go back into that low income fund to assist more tribal members in their heating load for the winter.
We see the long-term benefits that putting solar panels on our units are going to cut costs for our utility bills, and so it's going to really save us in the long run. You know, it's here today and it's going to be here in the future. So, you know, we're very proud that we're able to utilize our solar environment now.
So Leech Lake is roughly the size of Rhode Island, and what that means in terms of energy landscape is pretty complex. We have a variety of folks who rely on natural gas, propane, electrical heating, and also wood-burned fire to heat their homes.
There's also such projects like the Guaranteed Energy Savings Program, where we did 22 buildings for $4 million. And that seems like a lot, but it will pay itself back, the whole program will, in 14 years. And that was doing lighting upgrades, heating and implementing upgrades, controls, all these things are going into to make things smarter, make sure we're using our energy more wisely and not just wasting it.
While we're committing to our future and trying to find energy solutions that aren't derived from fossil fuels, this also helps us as a government push our own tribal sovereignty further, really become a government that can provide the energy that its peoples need to rely upon, and that our government needs to rely upon to function. That helps keep the money in our communities rather than paying this money to energy providers who don't live in our community.
Sustainability isn't just all about energy, right? It's about thinking of energy beyond that. And part of that is being just driving less, you know, combining trips, you know, maybe walking instead of running that errand. But the also thing is about food sustainability and where do you get your food? And so one of those things is what Leech Lake has tried to do is put in apple groves. And we started out with a 300 apple tree grove in Prescott community. Now we have over 750 apple trees on the reservation. What this provides is that ability for tribal members to have local sustainable food that is healthy. And that is something to go along with this concept of us trying to get people more out and be more hunting and gathering, getting the rice, getting the fish, you know, using all those local foods for those resources. And it was really great one time. I was out doing an event at Prescott and a little girl came over to me and she was so excited and she said, you know, when I get hungry, I go get an apple. And that right there just says that that child knew that she could go get that apple, that it was locally, it wasn't pesticides, it wasn't shipped in from down south or even South America, that it came right from Leech Lake. And that was what the whole project was about. Currently, we already got EV chargers at the 3 casino stations that are going in the summer of 2019. So we'll be starting that charge and starting that, getting that out there for people. And then we've already been talking with fleet management about EV electric vehicles for the reservation. Leech Lake wants to be a leader in sustainability and self-reliance, and really making this a better situation for the kids and their kids and so on down the line, that we want to be better stewards. And doing that is being conservative and being leaders and trying different things and stepping outside that box. I mean, solar isn't new, but we lost it, and now we're trying to bring it back. Wind energy isn't new, but same thing, we lost it, we're trying to bring it back. And just being more conservative and thinking about that resource that's there. It's not just flipping that light switch and it's always going to be there, and we pay a bill and there's no connection between that, and we're really trying to make that connection.
Energy sovereignty and energy independence is something that needs to come from everybody, not just from the government. So are there things you can do at your house to reduce your overall consumption of energy? Of course there are, and we'd encourage you to reach out and find out what those measures are so that you can be a part of the solution.